Well, hey there guys. Yes, I know I look tired, although I am tired because, you know, that's life, mom of 3. I'm just not wearing makeup, and I feel like I always look tired when I'm not wearing makeup. I thought it would be interesting to show you guys my plants. I've seen people do like meet my plant videos or like care videos, so I thought I would show you how I care for my plants, meet them, quote unquote, tell you what their names are, because I do name my plants. And yeah, I am not an expert, I will say that. I am 100% a beginner. I've only had plants for about 5 months, but I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Like, my plants are all thriving, they've all put out new leaves, they're doing really good. I have lost a couple plants, 2 of them Venus flytraps. One was because I totally forgot about it and it died because I didn't water it. And the second one, the first Venus flytrap I got, my husband put his finger in it. Apparently if you do that, they die. Don't do that, learn from our mistake. The third I purposefully let die, and that is my pitcher plant, which is actually still dead, sitting there. And that is because no matter what I did to it, it just wouldn't be happy. I don't know why. I think it's carnivorous plants, or not carnivorous, is that the word? Carnivorous? I think so. The plants that eat things. I think I'm just not meant to own them. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna stay away from those because I apparently don't do very good at taking care of them. So eventually I just gave up on them. I was like, I'm just, as bad as I feel, I'm just gonna let them go. Most of my plants are in my living room here. I have 1 there, 2 there, 1 here, and 1 here, and then I have some over in the window in the dining room. I'll take you over there in a minute. So first I'm gonna show you guys what I use to take care of my plants, and that is in this handy bucket right here. This is what I use to water my plants. I use rainwater only for my plants, unless like I'm just really lazy. But this I noticed has stopped the yellowing of the leaves. There's just certain things in tap water that sometimes certain plants just don't like. And then I have this right here, which is a spray bottle. I'll talk about in a little bit. This is neem oil. Again, I'll talk about that in a bit. Then I have some scissors to remove stuff. This is diatomaceous earth, and this is supposed to be in here. This is to clean off bob or any plants really. But yeah, we're gonna take care of them today because it is care day, and let's get started. So first I need to come out here and turn the water on for the rain barrel so I can get some out. Now the one annoyance with a rain barrel is you have to have your hose lower than the water level. So when it starts going super slow, you can tell that it's low. So this is my first plant here, Bob. He is a Yucca. He stays right here in the corner. Now this is a west facing window right here, so if anyone's curious about like how much sun this gets, we get the most sun here out of anywhere in our house, so thankfully like our living room gets a lot of light. Bob, or Yuccas, like a lot of bright sunlight. Honestly, they can do well in indirect or direct from my experience. I used to have him right in front of the window. I moved him over. He's done great in both areas. They just like a lot of light. And so he's done really well with that, and he does get a decent amount of water. So I don't know where it went, but I have a moisture meter, and I used that a lot in the very beginning, and it was very helpful when I was learning when to water my plants. Now, honestly, I don't even think about it. If you ask me like, how often do you water them? I just kind of go by intuition. So, but in the beginning, I would use it because some plants like to stay wet all the time, and some of them, they want to completely dry out between waterings. So of course, when you are looking into plants to get, make sure that you really research and find out like what they like. So Bob here likes a lot of water. He takes to about here when I water him. And then a good amount of this I use over here. This is George. So George right here is a Pothos. I believe he can be considered a variegated. It just means they have like these different colored type of leaves. It looks like he has 1 leaf that is near its end cycle. That is something I learned too, that like plants, they have a life cycle with their leaves. And so sometimes 1 random leaf will turn yellow. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your plant. That particular leaf has just lived its life cycle, so remove it, and then you're done. So you can see I have a leaf right here that is yellowing. So you can see right here, this is what like an end of life cycle leaf looks like. There's nothing wrong with the plant. It's just the end of the life cycle for that particular leaf. As you can see, all the other leaves are thriving, and that's how you know it's not, there's nothing you're doing wrong with the plant. It's just the end of that leaf's life, so I remove it. Now him, I actually do need to move to a bigger pot, and he is going to be taking Killer, my pitcher plant that I let die. He's gonna be taking his spot. So Pothos is definitely one of the best ones you can get for a beginner. They like a lot of indirect sunlight, and they're definitely going to thrive faster if they have more sunlight, but it's not necessary. They can survive in a lower lighting, but not no light for sure. They need sunlight, but they will grow slower if you have a lot of bright indirect sunlight. They can even take direct light. They're super forgiving with watering. If you overwater them, they're fine. If you underwater them, they'll come right back. Not that long ago, I actually forgot about George and he didn't get watered and he was looking quite sad. Literally within like 8 hours of watering him, he was right back to looking like this. So they're a very forgiving plant for beginners. Okay, next up right here are my air plants. I'm going to grab this now, and that is my water spritzer. I use this for all of my plants, but also for my air plants. So every other day about, I will just come in here and spray these guys. There's actually a third one, and I will show you the girls' plants. They each have a plant in their room too. After they wake up from their naps, I will show you theirs. But when the three of them were together in there, they're called the three airheads together. That was actually a name given to me by one of you guys, and I loved it, so stuck with it. And they're still the three airheads, even though they're not together anymore. The three airheads have split apart, but that's their names. So anyways, I will just spritz these guys like this. And once a week, I'll take them out, including the one upstairs, and put them in a thing of water for 15 minutes. And that'll be like their soak just once, sometimes really even once every 2 weeks, honestly. And they'll be just fine. And then I just spritz in between. Okay, this guy is my newest addition. You can't even tell how pretty he is. Hold on, let me close this blind so you can see. So this is my white bird of paradise. It honestly doesn't even do him justice on here. He is about to open up a new leaf. See the very bottom of the leaf here, and you can see it starting to open here, which is really exciting. He does need a lot of water, so I'm gonna have to go refill my thing. He though needs a lot of bright direct sunlight. They want all the light they can get, and they get very tall. Right now in his pot, he is about my height. Actually, his new leaf comes to the top of my head, so 5'6" almost. And they can get, like, he'll go over the window eventually. And his name is Mr. Whitebird, nothing fancy. Before I water him though, I will take you over here to my 2 plants in this window. This is my one plant that doesn't really like me, and that is my bamboo. He's got these yellow leaves. I did notice this started happening when I wasn't using tap water, but they haven't fixed themselves. I don't think they're going to. And then this is Spike. Oh, actually my bamboo doesn't have a name yet. Maybe that's why he's doing so bad. I just realized I haven't named him. The first thing that comes to mind is Lucky, but like, that's so cliche. My kids would be excited about it though. Should I name him Lucky, or give me some other name ideas below, because he needs a name. This is Spike though, my aloe vera plant. Another little baby coming out the center there. These, actually I think for this one, the one in the center, this one, and this one have all come up since I got him, I believe. Philip number 2. But he's gonna use mostly all of this. I don't think I talked about his lower leaves that are damaged are actually damaged from the nursery he was at. So this was not my doing. He's been doing good though, otherwise. I had to remove some of the leaves on him that were lower down because they were just not salvageable at all. This one's half a leaf, again, got him like that. So we're making it work. I was able to get him for 20 bucks, I think it was, so that's a pretty good deal. Okay, and then this little bit is honestly all this guy needs. I don't give him a lot. He does not like to be overwatered at all, and he likes a ton of sunlight. So he stays right here, no further away from the window than here. And then I very, very sparingly, I probably water him every like 2.5 weeks. And between that, sometimes I'll spray the top of his soil with my spritzer, but otherwise I don't do anything. And then Lucky as well, obviously bamboo lives in water like that. So as soon as he gets low on water, then I just refill him. This is Killer, purposefully let him die. I know, I'm a terrible plant owner. And he was looking like extremely like near death before, so like it's not like I let a perfectly healthy plant die. I would not do that. I would have rehomed him. This plant was just not meant to live. Okay, now we're gonna get into the added like care of them though. So I always go around pretty much every day and I use the spritzer bottle on them. They just like it, especially my plants that are more tropical plants like white bird of paradise, the yucca. They like the moisture. I do live in a very humid climate, which helps a lot. I have noticed that I'm in like a plant group on Facebook. People that don't live in humid climates have a harder time keeping their tropic plants happy. So much so that people have to get humidifiers to be next to their plants. Thankfully, I do not have to do that. We'll see how winter goes. So I actually did just recently dust off this guy. So you can take him outside if you just wanna like dust him off with like a hose. Otherwise, I will wet this down and put on a glove, and like a gardening glove, because yuccas, they're very pokey and they will hurt if you just try to like go in there. The sides of their leaves are very sharp, and these will poke you. So I'll grab a glove to help as I'm like cleaning him off, and I'll just use the washcloth and wipe off as many of his leaves as I have patience for. But otherwise take him outside and just hose him off with a hose as well. So I'll come in with this first to give him a good spritz. And then this guy, I do the fronts and the backs of the leaves. Then of course, Mr. Pothos. Certain plants will have leaves that need to be cut off. For that, I will use this. I have mostly just always pulled all of them off. I use this mainly outside in the garden. Make sure that you wash it between the plants you're touching it, or if the plant has disease, you could spread it. Bob has the highest life cycle of leaves, I have noticed. It doesn't look like he currently has any, but his are really easy. Like you literally just take it and I'll just pull it down and it'll come right off. If it's dead, it's very obvious that it's dead. He's actually got a new leaf coming out right here that is going to unroll soon. For gnats, to combat that, I have found diatomaceous earth and neem oil is the magic combination. So don't get me wrong, like maybe we'll have one or two, but that could just be because we have a lot of fruit and vegetables in our house. But we used to have a much bigger gnat issue, and this has basically made it go away. I will link down below the one that I ordered off of Amazon, as well as like the diatomaceous earth and the applicator and stuff, and these bottles too if you're interested in them. So this is, I think like I literally fill it up with water, and then the neem oil is like 1 teaspoon maybe. I'll have it down below what I actually use, I don't remember. And this I do this once a week. And I will just come in here and spray it. Now neem oil does not smell good. It doesn't linger though. Like when you initially smell it, it doesn't smell good, but it will not linger, so don't worry. So first I'll do the leaves just to make sure it settles. Neem oil, neem oil, neem oil. Like this as well. So you don't need to do anything with your air plants. And then I'll come up here and I'll put it on the actual soil, because that's where they're going to grow more of their babies. Then again, neem oil on all, then on Bob too. And I will do some on Spike. But again, I just don't ever put anything on Spike's leaves. I've never read anything that said not to do that. It's just my feeling. I don't feel like I'm supposed to, so I don't. This is going to be the last fill up, which will do all the plants upstairs. So one of those is in my room. The other 2 or 3 are in the girls' rooms. So we're done, so I'm gonna come over here and close this up. So if you're curious about our rain barrels, we have 2 of them. So they connect obviously to our, what is this called? Gutters. So they come down here, then it goes into here, and we do have an overflow system through here, and it runs all the way along this fence. And then we have another rain barrel over here, and its overflow is actually a bit thicker. It's this big, and it's just PVC pipe that goes down into the ground, and it runs down all the way to the back of our property, and then down into like, they have an overflow system back there. And then the diatomaceous earth, you just literally spread a little bit right on top of the soil. Between the 2, it keeps the gnats at bay. I honestly forget to put it on a lot, but it does make a difference, I've noticed, and I use it outside. Oh, there's your Grayson. I use it outside to keep stuff off of my garden as well. But yeah, you just put it right on there. So that was all of my plants that are downstairs. We're gonna move upstairs now, and we're starting in my bedroom. This is my Alocasia poly, or also known as an African mask plant. It is a type of elephant ear. I actually just named her Polly. She had no name for a while, but she's actually doing really good. She has put up a ton of new leaves. Her a little bit of water. You can see how much I gave her. That other bit will be for the girls' plants. And then we are going to spritz Polly here and do the neem oil, which will go right on her leaves. So Polly likes a ton of sunlight. I've seen a lot of people say they like indirect sunlight. She's indirect technically. She's not fully right in front of the window, but she gets a lot of direct in the evening since this is a west facing window. Pretty much from like 2 o'clock, it's cloudy right now, but pretty much for her from like 1 o'clock to like 8 p.m. at night, she gets a lot of sunlight. And she's thriving, she's doing great. Polly is more at risk for root rot than other plants from my research, and so I actually have her in a bottom watering system. I was bottom watering her at the beginning. I haven't noticed any difference between bottom watering her and top watering her, but it does prevent much more so than other ones when you have a bottom watering version, the overwatering. So she likes to be completely dry between waterings. All right, kids are up from naps. This is Aries' snake plant. What does she call her snake plant?
Baby snake.
Baby snake, that's right. She named it Baby Snake. And then to make sure we don't get any gnats, this will be actually his first time getting neem oil. You wanna go show him yours? Oh, we gotta open up your blinds. Wait. What do you name it?
Sneaker plant.
Sneaker plant?
Because it snaked out.
But this kind of gives you an idea of like a low light versus high light. Hers was a lot shorter though when we got hers. This guy has grown, but he's a bit more leggy than ours is, but like still obviously thriving. And honestly, her window is closed a good part of the day because she's napping, or she and I forget to open it during the day. Now these don't cover, these blackouts don't cover the whole thing, so even when it's closed, there is some light that comes out through this way that it will get. He's actually also still in his nursery pot. Can you show how you spray him? There you go, you get all of his leaves, right?
Good job. I can't reach because I'm on the window and
Here,
I can't reach.
Mama help. Do. So what did you actually originally name him?
Dirty Watery.
You don't remember? Plantsy Dirtsy?
Yeah, Dirty.
A little bit more. And then we're gonna do some neem oil in there too.
And his other name is Sneaker Plant.
Sneaker plant? Yep, that's his new name apparently. And then here's the third air plant. I realized I forgot to come in here, and so my spritzer bottle is back downstairs. So we're gonna end this video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about these particular plants, of course, let me know. I will have the names, like the actual names, not what I named them, down in the description box for you, so if you want to search for ones yourselves. If you want to get into houseplants, just try it. I did like every no-no in the book. This guy, for instance, the minute I got him home, I completely repotted him, took him down to like bare roots. Not supposed to do that, not supposed to repot them the minute you get them home. I broke every rule, and look at this guy. He is thriving and doing wonderfully. So, you know, you can mess up and your plants will be fine. Some of them won't be fine. You'll figure out what plants just don't like you. I have figured out the carnivorous plants don't like me, and that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you are new. If you enjoy things like minimalism, motherhood, veganism, then this is the channel for you, and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any videos. And I will see all of your wonderful faces in my next one. Bye.